Good morning, students. Welcome back to your online class. This is your social class. In the last class, we have taken a chapter from the sociology called family, isn't it? So we were discussed about what is the meaning of the family, and we were discussing about the characteristics of the family. And let me recollect with that once again with the characteristics. What are the characteristics of the family? What we have decided? See, what we have discussed is first characteristic is family is universal. Correct. The second one, it is a basic unit for all social activities. Third point, we discussed about continuous responsibility and social untouchability. Social accountability. The fourth characteristics we discussed about bringing up and nurturing up. Fifth one we discussed about teaches social behavior. Fifth point we were discussed in our last class. And the sixth one we were supposed to discuss in today's class, telling that what is the characteristics of the sixth one is it instructs the tradition. It instructs the tradition. Okay, we discussed about the family is universal. We discussed about it is a basic unit for all social activities and the continuous responsibility and social accountability. Bringing up and nurturing up teaches social behavior, and we were supposed to discuss today it instructs tradition. These are the 6 characteristics of the family what we were discussed, and the 6th one we were supposed to discuss on today's class. Okay, hope so you have understood in the last class what I have taught, and you just recollected those points what I have taught in these characteristics, isn't it? Yeah. Coming back to your 6th characteristics, it instructs the tradition. What exactly it is? See, when we born in a family, do we know that we belong to Hindu, we belong to Christian, or we belong to Muslim or any other family? Do we know that? No. We just leave our eyes to see the bright world from mother's womb. We won't be knowing who is our mother and who is our father unless the family teaches who is the mother, who is the father, and what the family we belongs to, and what are the festival we'll do, what are the tradition we just follow the things, everything unless a family or a mother or a father teaches to a kid, unless that kid doesn't know that what he is and where he belongs to, everything, isn't it? Yes, that is what it has been said here is, see, family includes the several generations. It includes it introduces the kinship. It outlines the relationship between the grandfather, grandmother, granddaughter, and the siblings. It teaches that the grandparents makes the first generation, the parents from the second generation, and the children from the third generation. Like this, it teaches the basic tradition. What exactly it teaches? It teaches the hierarchy, telling that grandparents are the first generation. Okay, then comes parents, then comes children's. This shows the hierarchy, like how the complete family deals with, isn't it? So the first generation, second generation, and third generation. Do you understand? Like this, it teaches, and the family of father, mother, and the children is called the second generation family. You know, the parents parents says mother and father, and the kid, which says second generation family. Understood? See, the family that includes the grandparents, parents, children is called the family of third generation. As I told you, the family which includes from the parents and children is said to be third generation family. A family that has a grandparents, children, and the grandchildren are called extended family. And not only this, the grandparents, grandchildren's, parents who all resist in a family, in one family is said to be, what kind of a family it is said to be? Extended family. That means it just goes on extending. Understood? Do you understand what you mean by extending family is nothing but the family which extends from grandparents to the children is said to be the extended family. It just goes on extending. That means by saying generation to generation. Understood? So this is about the characteristic of the family, and there are types of family, students. Can I erase it? Hope so you have copied in your lesson planner book. I mean the lesson explanation book. This family has got the types. Okay. What are the types of family we have? See, there are many specific tradition in families based on their geographical position and communities. It depends on the geographical position. Geographical position means it's none other than the place where we resist and what is the community we live in. Understood how it is. The sociologists and the anthropologists have defined the types of families on the basis of structure of the family. As it already mentioned, the family recognized on the basic generation for the children who born in a family of husband and wife, and that family becomes the center of their existence. The family that has more generation living together is called a joint family. That means the families like grandparents, grandchildren's, aunties, uncle who just stays in one family under the same roof is said to be a joint family. You know that. What is a joint family? There are three types of families. How many types we have got? We have got three types of families based on, family based on nation, family based on the residence of the spouse, matriarchal residence, patriarchal resident. On the basis nature of the authority, the family is classified as matriarchal family and patriarchal family. On the basis of these ancestors or the descendants, family is also called as matrilineal or patrilineal family. How many types we have got? We have got three types. What are those? First type is said to be matriarchal family. Second type is said to be patriarchal family. Third one is said to be modern nuclear family. Understood? So we have got three types of families under that: matriarchal family, patriarchal family, and modern nuclear family. See, what do you mean by matriarchal family? Let us see. In matriarchal family, the rights of the property and the successorship belongs to women. That means the property right belongs to women. That means who is the head of the family? Oh, it could be grandmother. Complete property holds by the women, or a complete property rights where the women has, that type of a family is said to be matriarchal family. To women. Only the women has accessing of the property rights. Understood? The rights of the property passes from mother to daughter, like how? From grandmother to daughter to granddaughter. Like this. Ajji, like what kind of a thing I can tell you? Pitrajita hasti anta hen karitir navu kannadadalli. Like it flows from father to son, isn't it? Similar way, the property which flows from grandmother to mother, mother to daughter, like this type of a family is said to be matriarchal family. See, grandmother to mother and mother to daughter. Understood? So these type of a family which has a property right only with the women and which just flows to women only, that type of a property is said to be matriarchal family. See, matriarchy is practiced among some communities of coastal areas of Karnataka. Where exactly we can see? In the coastal areas of Karnataka. You can see this. It is found among the Nayars of Kerala and among some tribes in Northeast. It's a nutshell. Matriarchy means a mother-centered family system. The rights of property belongs to women and hereditary rights passes to a daughter from a mother. As I told you, the property rights which just follows from grandmother to mother, mother to daughter, which only holds a hand, all kind of a property rights have been hold on only women. That kind of a family is said to be a matriarchal family. Next comes your patriarchal family. See, in patriarchal family, the father is the head of the family, where your property rights to father, where father is the head of the family, and the property rights which flows only from grandfather to, like how I explained matriarchal family, then the opposite to that is patriarchal family. All property rights will just flows with men. Understood? Which flows from grandfather to father and to son. This will be the flow of the property rights in patriarchal family. Understood? In patriarchal family, the father is the head of the family. The property of other rights are centered around the men. That means the other rights of like property which will always rest in men's hand. The patriarchal family, married women live in a residence of the husband. If the family system of the eldest son has a prominent role in the religious ceremony, the patriarchal families were present in the ancient societies like Greece, Rome, India, and China, and they are present now also. Yes, now also we can see this patriarchal family. Why? Because all the ceremonies, rites will always headed with the eldest son in the family, isn't it? Even today we are following the same thing. That is said to be a patriarchal family whose rights, the property rights, will always be centered with the men. Understood? That kind of a family is said to be patriarchal family. And next comes modern and nuclear family. By saying this modern itself, we'll get to know that all this, ancient tradition, like how our grandparents, grandparents like grandmother, father, they were living along with their son, daughter together in a same house with their grandchildren. That family today we are not seeing in today's world, isn't it? Especially in Bangalore, particularly this is a city, isn't it? This is a metropolitan city where you always see to it that only the nuclear family exists in these type of cities. In villages also we don't see this. Why? Because they just take their education and they just flew away from the house. Understood? They need some separate and privacy for their lives. I can tell you in this way, isn't it? So you can't just share the room. Nowadays, how the people are like, they're not willing to share their room with their sisters or a brother. They need their own privacy. They need their own room, telling this room belongs to X, this room belongs to Y. If the parents has two daughters, one son and one daughter, the daughter can't share a room with the son or a son cannot share a room with a daughter. So this small family, parents like a husband, wife and two children want to see the, if they want to see the whole house, they want to see for 3 BHK. So that husband and wife will stay in one room, for son and daughter, 2 rooms. Isn't it? This is how today's modern world is growing up. In those days, if there was no room also, having a small kitchen and small hall, all the four people, they used to sleep in a hall. They used to sit and have. Nowadays, day by day, how the world is growing up, they don't even find time to sit and have together. They just book it on through Swiggy, Zomato, or whatever the foodies have, what you have. They just book the things. They'll get, with a wrapped one, a roll, that will be ended their dinner. A small roll can finish their dinner. In olden times and all, how mother used to prepare the chapatis or rotis or ragi balls with a good sambar, with a good curry or with good stuffs everything. But today, everyone are busy. Everyone are busy in their own worlds. Mother and father they are working. They wanted to spend a time with their colleagues. They wanted to look after the home only on Saturdays and Sundays, do all cleaning activities on Saturdays and Sundays. What these two children will be doing, they'll be sitting and taking like these online classes. After online classes, they just want to, waste their time in the social medias by seeing that these and all. And they don't even have a concern about they're taking a good nutritious food. They just want to have a rolls or something like, stuffed food and spend a time and end the meal like that, isn't it? So like that, modernization, it has becoming in these way. Understood? So where modern nuclear means what? A small family. It's not a joint one. It's a nuclear. Which is always separated one. Understood? Modern nuclear family, which says that only in a family there will be no grandparents or the grandchildren. Only the parents and the children will be living. If in case if the kid gets married, if that adult person of the family if he gets married, he'll just take out his wife and stay with a privacy, telling in the name of privacy, he'll just do another house and that is how he's going to spend the time. Like wife, nowadays it has become like husband, wife and one children, not two children also. Nowadays it has told that one children for a family, isn't it? So that is what is modern nuclear family. See, based on the structure and the generation lived together, families are divided: nuclear family, joint families, and the extended families. Isn't it? We have got first joint families, joint family with all aunties, uncles, grandparents living together in the same roof is said to be a joint family, and the extended family is nothing but all niece, cousins, everyone who stays in a family in the same under the same house is said to be a extended family. And the nuclear family is said to be only husband, wife, and one children staying together is said to be a nuclear family. The family that consists of mother, father, and unmarried children of the member is said to be a nuclear family. The nuclear families have increased in the modern society. Yes. Individually, the focus on the individual achievement, the concepts of the individual happiness changes in the value, the system with regards to right to property, progress in areas of science and technology, rapid urbanization, democratic values, and the concept of equality. The other things have contributed to raise the nuclear families. The following silent features of the nuclear families are, see, what are the silent features of modern nuclear family will be, first thing, it will be small in size. Isn't it? Only 3 people staying in a house, like 3 persons, husband, wife, and unmarried children. Second one, simple social control. That means all social control. That means all kind of traditionals or whatever they wish they'll do. It is not said to be that they won't be having the grandfather or grandmother telling that this custom has to do in this way. They'll just make a simplest form and they'll just do it. That is what simple social control they'll have. More freedom to the members. Isn't it? So there will be no controlling person at all in the family, because mother and father goes out to work from morning 9 to 9, they'll be out. 9 o'clock they'll come, what they'll see? Whether the kid has taken a food or not, whether they have attended the class or not. But what the other, 12 hours, what they'll do, it's a freedom for them, no? Wherever they want, they'll go, wherever they do, whatever they want to do at home, they'll just do. Only the parents mind what they'll have, whether my kid has taken a food or whether my kid has attended the classes, whether my kid has done the homework. These are the main concepts what the parents will be concentrating. Why? Because they'll be working out for 12 hours. Why? For vitamin M. Because if there is no financial stability, they can't just run the life in the society, isn't it? For that reason, the kids get more freedom. Next, favors modern technology. What says this? Favors modern technology. The kid will just goes to one day tuition and he just sees it with the other friend. He'll be having a smart phone called tab, where he'll be accessing all his online classes on a tab. So this kid will just come back after tuition hours with the parents and he'll just says that, my friend has got a tab to the class. So let me take that in spite of having a smartphone for the kid to take an online class, but still he resists to get what? Tab. Why? Because his friend has a tab and he gets the same tab to the tuition. It's a kind of, status. No, he has a tab. I have only the smartphone. I can't match the friendship with that tab person. If I need to match the friendship with that tab person, even I need the tab. That is what favors modern technology. And it says that kid will be playing with some other app by installing some other app in the Play Store. Even this kid also demands the same. No, see, that person is playing this game which charges him 500 rupees to install the game. But even I need to do that. Even I need 500 rupees. Please maintain a stuff in my account so that I can access and play the access and play the other games which is available. That is what it is saying here. Next comes, fifth one says, complexity. What do you mean by complexity, students? See, complexity is nothing but, okay, this person has studied more and he have got a good job in this company. My son has studied this much, but still he is working in this company. This complexity, going ups and downs, comparing with the other children is said to be the complexity. Inferior complexity if the things are not in the right way, or we feel very the things we just need it. That is said to be the complexity. He has that, why not I? He has this, why not me? Like this, the complexity which develops. These are the main salient features of the nuclear family. Like this, the nuclear family will give the rights to the family members in all this way. Did you understand? Okay. Let me say something about joint family. Next topic we'll study about joint family. Yeah, joint family. It normally consists of the grandfather, grandmother, the children and the grandchildren. The great and great grandchildren are in the same situation. The members belong to the extended two generation and they all share the food prepared in the same kitchen, the whole family, same kind of religious ceremony, and it generally consists of a group of blood relatives. What exactly the joint family? As I told you, where you can see the grandparents and grandchildren who stays in the same same roof. That means in the same house, for all 9 to 10 people in a family, they just prepare the food in the same kitchen. They don't have separate kitchens for separate people. Understood? So for all 10 people, food will be prepared from the same kitchen and they'll enjoy, and they'll be blood relative, where they'll have blood connection and blood relative. Understood? So that type of a family is said to be a joint family. For example, see, grandparents has, one son and one daughter. Understood? And they will get married to husband. The daughter will get a husband later. Son will get a wife. Isn't it? They'll get married. Understood? And these people have two kids. Son will have a daughter first and son. And again, daughter will have son first and daughter next. Or it could be son, or daughter. Where all these people, see, your father, mother, both. And father, mother, that means two people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This all people stay together in the same home. Understood? But all these people who stays in the same home prepare the food from the same kitchen, and they are said to be the blood relatives, isn't it? So likewise, they are going to share everything in the same home. Understood? This type of a family is said to be a joint family. Understood? Next comes characteristics of the joint family. So let me erase it off. Next comes characteristics. What are the characteristics? They'll have large in size, isn't it? Like I showed now, 10 people staying in the same home and they are blood relatives. They all follow the same religious custom, everything. Understood? So large in size says that numbers. Which says numbers. Second one, we have coordination and cooperation. Coordination and cooperation. Any person staying together, he needs coordination and cooperation, which means that we should coordinate with them and we have to cooperate for the simple moving of the family. Cooperation. Next, residence and kitchen. As I told you, all people stay in the same residence and prepare the food from the same kitchen. They don't have separate kitchen or they don't have separate dining hall to have their dining. And religion, they all belong to the same religion, no? Because their parents are with the same caste, same religion. So all the complete people, they belong to the same religion. They follow the same religion. Understood? Next, self-sufficient unit. Self-sufficient unit. That means everyone will be sufficient with their unit, what they have got. Unit is nothing but the rooms, what they have been allotted. Next, structure of authority. Structure of authority. These are the 6 characteristics of the joint family. As I told you, the large in size, which actually states only the numbers. See, the members and the more in the joint family, because it consists the people of 2 or more generation under the same roof, so it is large in size. Yes. Next, coordination and cooperation. The family members of the joint family cooperate in all activities of day-to-day life. If there is coordination only, all these peoples can stay in the same home. If there is no coordination or cooperation, if any one lack also, these people just scatters away. They'll just feel to have the nuclear family. But if only there is availability of coordination and cooperation, only helps these people to stay together. Understood? So through the eldest member supervises the family as the head. Like as I told you, the eldest member said the grandparents, they are going to supervise the home and taking the decisions, everything. We can see the participation of all members in ceremonies and activities, and this division of work is based on the age, sex, difficulties level of the work. The eldest people of the family, they'll just allot their work. This person has to take care of these things. Work these people have to do. Like for example, women, like a wife and a daughter. Understood? So their department is kitchen department. What kid has to do? The kid has to do the small cleaning which is available, and they have to study. And what the son and son-in-law should do? They have to go out to work and get the deals. That means get the financial stability to survive in the same family. Understood? Like this, it will be divided their works. Next comes residence and kitchen. As I told you, all the 10 people have to stay in the same home, and they'll have, for them the food will be cooked in the same kitchen. Next, religious. All these family people belongs to the same unit only. No, their parents and the grandparents are the same, and they are they are blood relative in fact. So the religion will also be the same. Self-sufficient unit. The joint family is a self-sufficient unit, satisfied all the needs of the family. That means all the needs, if it is satisfied only, the joint family can resist in the society. Next, structure and the authority. The senior member of the joint family instructs the authority and responsibility, handling over the authority based on the seniority of the family. The authority will always have on the seniority basis. Who is the senior? Grandparents are the senior, so they always have the authority. And let me give you the fill up the blanks answer, students. So, the word family is derived from the Latin word. Let me give the answers here. Please take down the answers. So that we'll be finishing this lesson. See, fill up the blanks. First one, answer is family is Second one, the cell of the society is family. Third one, if the father is the head of the family and that family is called patriarchal family. Fourth one, amongst the heirs of Kerala, dash family is formed. Matriarchal family is formed. See, these are the answers. Come on, students, copy down the answers. And by this, we have completed the sociology first chapter. And in the next class, we'll be stepping to our geography, the first lesson. And I'm going to tell you which are all the portions for your FA1, because the FA1 test will be conducted on 12th August. So for that, we have to complete less than 4 lessons. So let me discuss about these things in our next class, students. So please copy down the answers and get ready for our next class with the geography. Okay. So thank you. Have a nice day, students. Thank you.